Hi, it's Jesse Grimes here, and I'm here with Rishi Kumar at Sarvodaya Farms.
Sarvodaya Farms, yeah.
Farm, right back here. We did a little farm tour today, and I'd like to show you guys all about it. First, I want to know, how long ago did you start this farm?
So right now it's November 2015. We started it in September 2014. So just a little bit over a year from today.
Wow.
So our farmer friend Randy, he's from Pomona, and he originally started a farm here 4 years ago. So when we go to the back, you'll see a bunch of fruit trees. Those have been in here for 3 years, and Randy planted those. And so basically we inherited the farm from him, so we don't own it. It's owned by a different guy. And so we've been here for a year, and so in that year we've just been really this last year has been a lot about focusing on the fundamentals, building up the basic infrastructure to be able to operate the farm. A lot of the major work is done already, and so now we're getting more into this maintenance mode, planting and harvesting.
So you're doing a community-supported agriculture here?
Yeah, we're pretty much a strictly CSA farm. We do a little bit of restaurant sales, and we've tried to do some like U-pick and stuff. But really the CSA has been what's been really working for us, so we've been sticking with that.
And how many folks are you feeding with your CSA?
We have, right now, we just had a few people drop, but at most we've been doing 15, and we're aiming to go up to like 35. And we're waiting to put up a greenhouse and a few other things. And I think once we can get our seedling starting, a little bit more tightened together, we'll really be able to push the production a little bit higher.
Oh, and this is a half acre, you said?
Yeah, it's actually just under. It's like 18,000 square feet. And when you take out the prep area and the orchard in the back, growing space is probably close to like more of a third of an acre.
Cool.
With our CSA, we try to not use any disposable stuff. So a lot of other CSAs will use like wax boxes, and people just throw those away every week. So we got these plastic bins to recycle, and even like all this cartons and stuff that we put inside, we recycle those too. So we give them to the CSA members, and they come back to us, and we wash them and we use them.
I just want to know, like, what drove you to do all this? I know I saw the growing home was a few years ago. You started that project. What drives you to do all this and move on to the farm area?
Well, for me, it's all about there's all these kind of underlying problems in our culture and our society, and since I've started to understand some of these concepts about how we can basically, what I talk about is not mimicking nature but mimicking health, because in nature there are unhealthy things and there are healthy things, and so what we focus on is how do we mimic healthy ecosystems, how do we mimic healthy communities, or not even mimic really, but how do we create healthy ecosystems, how do we create healthy communities. And so we started off at the growing home trying to just demonstrate, here's how you can create a healthy home ecosystem, and how does that relate to creating giving you personal health, and how does that relate to creating a healthy family structure, where people are working together towards one goal, and how does that relate to creating a healthy community around gardening, around good food. We've been working on our house for many years now, like six, 7 years, and we just wanted to kind of bump up to a little bit bigger space, see what it would be like to have more of a commercial farm set up, but still very much grounded in a community. And so this has really been a test bed for the last year, and we're hoping now, now we're looking up and seeing, okay, we kind of figured this much out. Can we now go up to a little bit bigger size, maybe do like 2 to 5 acres? Basically, organic just means a farm where petroleum-based chemicals are not used. So no petroleum-based pesticides and no petroleum-based fertilizers. Supposedly, organic farms are supposed to manage, take care of soil and manage water and manage the ecosystem around them better. But I think in a lot of cases, especially on the industrial scale, that doesn't happen. So what we try to show, what I want to show you today, and what we've been trying to build for the past year is something that we think is beyond organic, which is farming that actually regenerates the soil, regenerates the ability for the soil to accept water, creates habitat for wildlife, creates a beautiful space too. You can go here. Most of this entire property just looked like that. It was just bare dirt. It had been, like most empty lots that are not managed, everyone does weed, what is it called? Weed abatement every year. So the property owner had been having weed abatement done and just having a tractor come in and till everything up. So it was in a very poor condition, and even the farmer who was farming it before us, he hadn't really amended the soil at all, because someone told him that Pomona water has nitrates in it, and that's fertilizer, so you don't have to amend the soil. And like I said, it was just bare dirt and the fruit trees in the back, which we'll get to. And what we wanted to do is just basically amend the soil really heavily. And when I say amend the soil, soil is full of living microbes, and to amend the soil really means just to feed those microbes. So you want to put things on the soil that the soil will eat. And what that means is basically anything that was once living, the soil will eat. So that's trees, plants, dead animals even. And then when you bring in a lot of horse manure, you get a lot of flies. And you get smells. So just to suppress the smells and the flies, we put another 2 inches of wood chips over all of the horse stable bedding. That material has been just slowly breaking down over time. And if you reach into our beds, there's nothing planted in this one, so if you want to come here and feel, you can see that the soil here is very soft, and when you pull it up, what you find is this really soft, crumbly chocolate cake material. Here we use, in the summer, about 50 units of water per month. So, an average suburban home, let's say it's like, 4,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet, is using 25 units of water. And we are on 18,000 square feet, and we're using 50 units of water. And we're actually using it for something beneficial, which is to grow food. These are moringa trees. This is a South Asian, so India, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, really common vegetable tree. You can eat the leaves of this tree, and you can eat the young seed pods. You can eat something like this here before it gets too mature and woody like that.
What's it called again?
Moringa, heirloom zucchini. It's called the trombocino, and this will get like that long before we harvest it, and much thicker. And so we've been growing a lot of heirloom vegetables. This versus a regular green zucchini is much more flavorful. It has like a nice nutty flavor. And so we're harvesting the seeds. We want to harvest the seeds for this. So what you see right here is that we put a pantyhose over the female flower, because we don't want a bee to go over. Well, now that the other zucchini's out, but we didn't want a bee to carry the pollen from a green zucchini into the flower of this trombocino and then mix the genes up. So we've covered this up. But when that female flower opened up, then we will go in with the male flower's pollen and pollinate this. And then when that matures, then we have seeds of trombocino squash, not half trombocino and half green zucchini.
Oh, okay.
Pulling up water from the ground, right? But if your soil is only soft down to here and your soil dries out and you got this radish growing in it, shows over, yeah. But this is, that you're not going to see at most farms. This is daikon radish over here. So this is what you'll find in like, oh, that's not a very big one.
Ooh.
These are just these, very long white tender radishes.
Wow. What are some of the biggest that year we had more than what to do?
Yeah, this is pretty small.
Like mashing it with potatoes.
Should be like
and
trees were severely diseased and unhealthy.
Wow.
You could look at the trunks and you would see these like balls of goo coming out of them. Because the previous farmer, he just had not really dealt with trees before, and the soil was just exposed, bare, no mulch, nothing to feed the soil. Onto the wheels, and I'll move these guys onto due pasture,
Wow. That's they say thank you.
and they can have fresh food. We move it every day that we're here.
Okay.
If we were here every day, I would move it every day.
Yeah. So where's it go from here? You've got this figured out, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, we feel like what we've done here so far has worked really well. Like we've gotten a lot of production out of the land. We've built up, the soil health has built up with the methods that we've used very quickly. You know, we've started to see a lot of that balance coming in terms of the ecosystem and the insects and also the people, you know, connecting with the community and seeing how that works and understanding the business side of running a CSA and what that takes. What kind of setup do you need to run a CSA? But at this scale, half acre, it's really hard to make an income and to really like produce enough to do like you know, beyond doing CSAs, but doing restaurant sales and stuff, you need to have a little bit more quantity. So yeah, we're right now we're maintaining this, but at the same time looking forward and seeing, okay, where's the next step? Can we go up to a little bit more land and maybe incorporate the community center, educational center a little bit more? So right here we're in the back of a residence, so that creates a little bit of, you know, there's a little bit of difficulty there in bringing people into the farm as you're going through because of the residence. So we'd like to just be like in a more public space and a little bit bigger space, but still we want to be suburban, urban, you know, close to the people that need the information.
Yeah, I like what you guys are doing. They're showing what can actually be done here, where people are already at in their communities. They don't have to leave and move and put a lot of effort into building something. They can do it right where they're at.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I really appreciate what you're doing here. You guys are doing really good work.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.